Nope, wrong screen. Wrong screen. Abort. Abort. Ah, that one. Ugh. Good morning, squad. Yep, okay. It's day 347 of the 365 stream streak. I slept in a little bit. Also, I know it's already being talked about in the chat, but I had to watch the Detective Pikachu trailer, and if you haven't yet, you need to, because it's weird and amazing. It's oddly amazing. I cannot wait for that movie. It is way more exciting looking than the game. Holy crap. I did not think it would look that interesting. I was gonna watch it anyway, but like, now I have to? It's very weird. It feels like, oh, that's a detective story thing I want to watch. Whereas the game was, it was fine. Yeah, okay, but back to this game, I guess. We're gonna talk about Pokemon all morning, aren't we? Ooh, continue. We have to pick a case. We solved the cat thing, and we solved Ratman the other day. So now we're gonna do... Looks disturbing and interesting. I saw the screenshots, because there's definitely screenshots around everyone is showing of like, because they show off a Jigglypuff, which admittedly looks a little different than I was expecting. They show off a Pikachu. There's some Bulbasaurs, a Mr. Mime, which is as creepy as I'd expect. So there's that. I think I'm okay with Ryan Reynolds voicing the Pikachu now that I've seen the trailer. Because even if you're just like, okay, yeah, I can't. Just essentially picture somehow Deadpool has decided to do this. And that seems to work, even though I haven't seen those movies. Alright, let's do case 5. And go bust some ghosts. As we can put this here. I don't know if he does the Pika Pika parts. I hope so. Because if he does, I'd really like to see, I'd like to see the voice acting footage of him doing that. Oh man. Professor Layton, Detective Pikachu crossover. Let's do that next. Layton's gotta get transported somehow to, to a Pokemon world, I guess. Or maybe Pokemon. They did a Nobunaga Pokemon crossover. They can do a crossover with anything. Well, that's odd. We're in the right area, aren't we? This is where Miss White said she lived, isn't it? According to the map, her house should be around here somewhere, but I don't see a mansion fitting the description nearby. Lisa White is one of the 7 dragons, isn't she? That's right, so she's sure to have a very luxurious home. Now where could it be? Can Layton be a Pokemon? Well, I think the Mystery Dungeon series has, usually has you waking up as a Pokemon, and it's like, oh, you clearly weren't a Pokemon once. You were human, so why not? Anyone could be a Pokemon. I mean, again, why she's asked us out here in the middle of the night? She simply told us she had a mystery she needs help unraveling. Specifically asked us to come at night, but she wouldn't elaborate any further. Well, I mean, you don't want the ghosts to overhear you go on the phone. Perhaps she's very busy during the day. What is it, Cat? That suspicious-looking person over there. Do you see her? Oh great, it's that Emiliana Perfetti from Scotland Yard. The perfect storm. So it is. Well, I wonder what she's doing here at this time of evening. Let's go and say hello. It would be rude to ignore her. If she hasn't seen you yet, she will never know. I guess it would be rude to ignore her. Reynolds apparently also did Pika mocap. Is that true, or am I being told a house of lies? I'm good with either one of those. Hey, G-Dwarf. Go where? Oh, it's you. You shouldn't sneak up on people. Sudden shocks to the system are very bad for the skin, you know. Sorry, we weren't trying to surprise you. You'd know if we were trying to surprise you. IMDb claims he did the mocap, so maybe true. Okay, I want to see the footage of that then, too. So what are you doing in this district at this time of night? Rude. Work, of course. I was asked to pay a visit to a rather prestigious lady's residence. Oh, hey, we're here for that reason, too. Oh, business, huh? Yeah, Lisa White's home. Have you heard of her? She's one of the 7 dragons. You collect them all and you get a wish. Oh, that's where I'm going, too. Hey, Evlock, thanks for that cheer. I can't remember. Did they say when the movie was coming out, or did they just give a year or something? I was busy looking at Pokemon. May 2019? Sweet. Alright. I haven't done it in ages, but maybe I need to go hit a movie with friends on, like, opening day. Okay. She told me she had a mystery that needs help. Well, I wonder what her mystery is. It's mysterious already. I actually really want Detective Pikachu to do really well as a brand, because out of a bunch of the different Pokemon spin-offs, most of which I like, I would really, really, really love more Detective Pikachu to be a thing. There's something very troubling. After all, she asked for the best analyst at Scotland Yard, and apparently a schoolgirl at detective as well. I'm a real detective, Emiliana. A real one. I have my detective degree, probably. I don't know. My dad made me one when I was tiny. I think, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what happened to Dad? Apparently no one seems to care. Anyway, you might actually be able to have some use. I can't find her residence. Can you help? Oh, we're in the same boat, it seems. We're just looking for it too. It should be here according to the map. In that case, we'll have to ask a passerby. This is actually the problem I've been having with this game, is in the intro movie thing, you see Professor Layton with Katrielle as like a kid. And they do that thing where his hat is covering his eyes, and it's all dark and mysterious, and it's just like, are you trying to pretend that he's not her dad? Or did something bad happen? Except we're not talking about it at all, and that seems weird. And it's been mentioned, you know, people were like, oh, I wanted to see him, so maybe nothing's happened, and that's cool. I'm cool if we want to focus on a game with a female protagonist without talking about, like, the bad thing that has happened to her father, but maybe, I don't know, put something in the background that suggests that they have a nice relationship and he's just off somewhere else, and not this constant, I don't know who that is. You know, just something. Because you make it sound like something's happened. I don't know, I find it a little annoying. Also, I mean, her mom is just, like, not around, and, like, I don't know. Oh, good. The only passerby. The gossip lady. Maybe Professor Layton turned into a Pikachu. Oh, you know that means they also have to make... If the Detective Pikachu movie follows the game plot, that means that we're gonna see a CG Mewtwo. I wonder I've always thought of Mewtwo as very, like, skin... just skin. But I wonder if they'll make it hairy as well. Fuzzy. With those slanted eyes, it's actually probably going to be rather disturbing. Hey, can you help us? Oh, what's the matter, dear? I'll gladly help if I can. Could you tell us where to find Miss Lisa White's residence? Oh, the White House, you say? Brr. It's... wow. Okay. Oh dear, you see, well, the White House is... well, people tell awful tales about that place. What kind of tales? Oh, no, I really shouldn't be gossiping, should I? Ha ha ha! If you want to know the way, all you need to do is follow that street over there. When you reach a spot where the street lights run out, you've arrived. It's very dark, so mind you don't fall over. Thank you very much. We'll be careful. Oh, that's my pleasure. I must say, though, venturing to the White House, you're very brave. Aren't you concerned by what that old woman just said? Concerned? What do you mean? She said people tell awful tales about Miss White's house. Well, we don't know if the tales are true, do we? Unless we go and find out for ourselves, of course. So let's hurry up. Don't leave me behind. If you touch this marker, the lower screen will switch to another map. You can move to different locations on other maps as long as there's an orange marker. It works exactly the same way as usual. Let's move to another nap. Another nap? Yeah, sure. Got time between. Let's go play Luigi's Mansion with Detective Pikachu, but as Professor Layton. This must be the place. Are you sure? I mean, you haven't made a mistake. It looks well and truly like a magnificent haunted house. Eek! Everyday normal spooky mansion. Katrielle, you didn't actually have to say it. Are you perhaps scared of ghosts? Well, yes I am. Does that make me a bad person? I mean, no. Just didn't see that coming. Except totally did. Fear is a vital survival instinct, you know. Someone like you who doesn't understand fear wouldn't last 5 minutes in the wild. Well, luckily for me, I'm just not planning on any trips to Outer Mongolia. Outer Mongolia, the only place where fear gets you through? I don't know. Let's not fight. Oh, right, mystery. We're here for a reason. Miss White, hello, it's Katrielle. Huh, no answer. Guess she's dead. Surely it's simply that house is so large can't hear you from wherever she is inside. Laura, how about knocking on the door? Alright. Door! The door is like, I will let you in, but first have a puzzle, as is our way. It's starting to feel like a horror movie. Interesting, you have a warped personality. Let's see. The door appears to be unlocked. Should we go in? I mean, that would really be like a horror film. The lost part of youths in the woods who stumble across a terrifying haunted house in the middle of the night and foolishly venture inside. Yes, it's textbook. What I can never understand about films like that is why they go inside in the first place. It makes no sense. Ah, critics. Well, you could wait out here on your own if you like. Laura, let's go in. I don't know why she's saying Laura. Is it... Don't worry, there are lights inside. Well, yes, I'm here on police business after all. I must be a professional. Hello? Anyone home? Well, nobody here. We should go. But there are lights on. The place doesn't feel empty. So if there is nobody at home, perhaps this is really a haunted house. Haha, only pulling your leg. Careful, cat, or she'll run off screaming down the street. I find it hard to believe there's nobody at home. Miss White asked both of us to come at this time. Wait. What is it? I thought I heard something. What did you hear? Was it a ghost? Maybe it was a Pikachu. That is not a Pikachu. Good evening and welcome. How unexpected. Visitors. It's a ghost. Hello, Mr. Ghost. I'm gonna call you Bootler. It's most unforgivable of me to not have... Alright, I just actually looked at his real name. Wooster. It's most unforgivable of me to not have noticed your arrival and greeted you in a proper fashion. I apologize. Welcome to the White residence. I am the White's butler. Wooster. Wooster. Did he say butler or scary old man? I didn't catch it. They're not mutually exclusive. 3 Pikas in a trench coat. Hello, Mr. Wooster. I'm Katrielle. Oh, yes. Emiliana Perfetti, Scotland Yard. Hello. Miss White asked us to come here because she has a mystery she wants help solving. Very good, ma'am. I'm sure Miss White would like to give you the details personally. She's the head of the household, right? Indeed. Mr. and Lady White regrettably passed away in an unfortunate accident. Miss White was their only child. The young Miss White is disinclined to venture outside the residence. She's of a solitary disposition. I mean, when you have a house this big, it's like going outside. Really? What does she do to entertain herself all alone in this large house? Since infancy, Miss White has been most adept at crafts and handiwork. She maintains a full schedule of such activities. I see, and could you tell us where she might be? Like now? Oh, sure. Up the staircase. She goes to the darkest corners of the internet in search of fanfic. Oh yeah, she totally reads fanfic. She probably writes a lot of it too. Hello? Oh, you've come. At last, a normal room with a normal person in it. That would appear to be Miss White. Let's find out what there is to find out. Oh, this is about to be puzzling. Hello, Miss White. I'm Katrielle Layton from the Layton Detective Agency. Hello, Katrielle. Thank you for coming. I presume you're from Scotland Yard? Yes, I'm Emiliana. We could get down to business. Do you have some problem here at home? Oh, please call me Lisa. Yes, I've consulted so many people already, but no one seems to be able to solve my problem. Then the other day, Madame Doublé mentioned a lovely young detective woman she knew. I see, so she recommended me. How kind of her. Yes, I also heard there was an extremely competent analyst at Scotland Yard, so... Well, I thought perhaps one of you might be able to help me, so I decided to invite you both here to explain. Oh, we'll certainly do our best. Could you tell us the problem? Of course, but first, you need to solve this puzzle. I don't want to waste your time, you see. If you can't manage this, I'm sure the ghosts will prove too much for you. I'm sorry, ghosts? Yes, but those in a second. Unless this is ghostly puzzle, in which case there'll be... Yeah, okay, fibbing phantoms. There's some ghosts in this. Some cheeky ghosts want to play with you. It's a game where you have to listen to what they are all saying, and then figure out who is lying. It seems there will be a maximum of 2 of them who are not telling the truth. Touch the ghost's face to hear what they have to say. Touch a ghost to see its comment and hear what it has to say. There are no liars among us. I'm the only one who's lying. There are 2 liars. Not everyone is lying. Okay, well we know that there are 2 liars and 2 tell the truth. Is that the... Oh, though there will be a maximum of 2. So... figure out who's lying. There'll be a maximum of 2 who are not telling the truth. Okay, well... You're definitely a liar. Because you said there are no liars. Not everyone is lying is true. So the question is if there's only 1 or if there's 2. They both can't be right, and the other one is definitely lying, so that should be right.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Yeah.
Puzzles are made for solving.
You did it. A and B were lying. They really enjoyed that game. Looks like they're not done playing yet. They've come to tell you more lies. Well, did we pass? Wonderful, yes, I feel sure I'm talking to the right people now. Everybody else can't seem to figure that one out. Alright, well anyway, it's about the worrying, well, the blood-curdling events that have been taking place here. Blood-curdling? Yeah, it's this thing you can do. Anyway, I don't know if you'll believe me when I tell you this, but we have ghosts. I knew it! Yes, and not just a few either. The whole house is crawling with them. I didn't think ghosts crawled. That's amazing. So this is really a genuine haunted house? What are you so excited about, Kat? I'm afraid I have no idea why the ghosts have chosen to visit. Perhaps they're departed souls with a grudge against my family. Or perhaps the house is built on some significant site. Or some other reason entirely, I just don't know. Whatever the reason, the ghosts are here, and their malice is directed at me. Hey, Dark Morford. You mean the ghosts are scaring you? They're intimidating you? And this happens on a daily basis? That's right, various supernatural phenomenon has been taking place. I'm so scared, I don't know what to do. I've consulted so many people already. Hey, Thirsty Kitty. I had construction workers and surveyors here, trying to determine if what's happening is really the work of ghosts. I asked the police to investigate, in case it's criminal activity that's behind it. When none of those avenues bore fruit, I even had a famous spiritual medium and a shaman here trying to help. But no one has been able to stop these mysterious happenings at all. I see. So you've really been at your wit's end. But then you heard about us. I really need to get some business cards printed. I don't think it's a profiler that you need. I'm not all sure we can be of any assistance against ghosts. Of course we can. Any mystery solved. That's the Layton Detective Agency motto. How can you possibly claim that? Well, I've solved all the mysteries so far, and when I don't solve one, I'll change the motto to Most Mysteries Solved. So, assuming you'll take the case... Just a moment, I really don't... Of course we will. Whatever is going on here, be it ghosts or guinea pigs, or ghostly guinea pigs, we'll get to the truth of it. I haven't agreed to anything yet. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's such a relief. Wait, what? Profiling ghosts? This isn't in my job description. But Lisa is clearly extremely worried. We must all do our best, don't you think? Oh, I see. You're so generous of heart. Ah, Ernest, go away. No, we're both respecting English gentlewomen who turn their back on a person in need. Well, I have Italian blood. Van Vien. I don't like to be manipulated like this, but as you say, we have a duty to care to the community. So shall we start by investigating the house? No, I think we should start by questioning all the relevant parties. We need more information about what exactly is happening here. I certainly don't disagree. Oh really? But in the Savoy Theatre case, you are determined to operate independently. There may be vital evidence or hints that you overlook, and I am afraid of the ghosts. Sure, it's got nothing to do with you not wanting to be alone here, has it? Your dog has a very disconcerting bark. Come along then, let's get started. I think it's clear who the best source of information about the goings-on in this house will be. I wish Ernest wasn't one of those characters that was like, oh, well, you know, he showed up and he wouldn't go away, so I deal with it. Really wish he was. At least, I know they could have been friends or something prior instead. Just really don't like the fact that she lets a guy stick around when she's told him to leave before. It's really annoying when people don't leave. When you've told them off. It's just kind of like, why? Why do you think my mind's gonna change? Yeah, something like Ernest was hired by my dad, and so he's still just around. I don't really need his help, but thing, like, just not, well, he wouldn't leave, so I guess I'll deal with it. It's yeah, I'm so deeply infatuated with her, I'm just gonna hang around her like a lost puppy until she's interested. Is just kind of like, no. I mean, at least if you were like, oh, well, he does like her, and he keeps trying to ask her out, but she doesn't seem to notice, is one thing, but, meh. House is full of ghosts. Did I read that? Did I read that right? No, it's full of ghosts. The dog actually peeves me off a bit too, because he's like incredibly sarcastic, and yet we're supposed to help him, and at the same time we're not. So I don't know if we're actually going to help him, or if the whole, oh, I have amnesia, you need to help me now, was like some kind of weird excuse to bring the dog in. So, oh gosh, ghosts, rather scary, isn't it? Gosh, ghosts, it's scary you believe in that rubbish, Ernest. Like, it's okay, I think it's fine if he's a little sarcastic, but, like, there was that one case where he was just, like, utterly, like, you eat too much food, and you don't think about anything, and you're a slob. And it's just kind of like, you're supposedly a client who doesn't have money, in which case you're supposed to be helping me do work, so, buzz off? You mean you don't? Of course not. It's all just been some big misunderstanding. May I? Wah! Aroo! It would appear I startled you, sir. My apologies. Yeah, you should apologize to Ernest too. The poor pup nearly jumped out of his skin. What an exceptional canine you keep, ma'am. One discerns an almost intelligent tone to her bark. Thank you, Wooster. In fact, we've been hoping to speak to you about what's been happening here in the house. Indeed, ma'am. It is to be understood that you have accepted Miss White's request. Then, very good. I shall endeavor to answer any questions. Lisa tells us you've been experiencing a lot of ghostly visitations recently. Is that right? That is correct, ma'am. Phenomena of supernatural are to be observed here with some regularity, since the late Mr. White passed away, that is. Every time I see the name White, I want to say right. It's so... It is my understanding that the rather unfortunate moniker of the Six White House Horrors has been adopted by local residents. That is unfortunate. The Six White House Hauntings has a more mysterious ring to it, don't you think? Great idea, Cat. Mock the terrifying butler. Tell me, Mooster, have you witnessed any of these strange happenings yourself? Oh, indeed. I have seen the ghosts of which Miss White speaks, a most spine-chilling experience. It was the first of the 6 occurrences, an incident that has come to be referred to as the ghosts in the garden. Oh, tell us more. Very good. One evening, I was performing my usual duties, patrolling the grounds that surround the property. As I was walking through the garden, I heard a peculiar noise, something like a muffled voice. Compelled to investigate, I approached the source of the sound. To my surprise, I observed a great number of ghostly forms in one corner of the garden, jostling and wreathing together. I see. Discombobulated, I nevertheless had the presence of mind to retire before the apparitions became aware of my presence. Regrettably, however, I stumbled upon a small shrub and was bound to exclaim. Unsurprisingly, the ghosts heard my outcry. They turned to face me, and with great malice in their eyes, made an utterance thusly. Woo! Ah! Hurrah! That is the tale of the ghosts in the garden. You can certainly tell very vividly, Wooster. And you say there were 6 such tales? Indeed, sir. That is which I have just relayed to you, and 5 others of equally disturbing nature, I am told. I trust you will uncover them all. Well, we most certainly will, don't you worry. That butler is too creepy for words. Could you hear what he was saying, Emiliana? You were standing a long way back. Sure I could. Exactly how are we going to get 5 more tales? By asking people. Let's see if there are any locals nearby who can give us some information. Sounds like this wonderful haunted house is something of a local attraction. We can leave? I agree it would be a good idea to find some witnesses who don't actually live here if we can. Alright then, back out into the street. This house still gives me the creeps. It's funny, I would never have said you were the type to believe in ghosts. A good profiler must always interpret data with an open mind. Allowing your personal beliefs that ghosts cannot possibly exist to cloud your judgment is an elementary and fatal mistake. Oh, I thought you were just scared. What did you say? It's nothing? So, shall we find some people? That one. This person just hanging out. D.C. Booker. Ah, hello. Ah, yes, Miss Layton, Amelia, good evening. What are you doing here, D.C. Booker? According to my notes, the owner of this house, yes, here it is, a Miss White has asked Scotland Yard for help. She's been the target of some rather grisly supernatural going-ons, and wonders, yes, she wonders if it could be the work of pranksters. We're investigating. Lisa did tell us that she'd enlisted the help of the police already, didn't she? So, Detective Constable Booker. Right. How's the investigation going? I knew that. I knew that was your name. The details are all here somewhere. Inspector Hastings was on the case, but he was called away unexpectedly. Really? What for? He asked me to take over the investigation. So, I'm taking over the investigation. Any of you learned anything? No, we haven't discovered anything that could explain the happenings. However... Well, I did spot a rather suspicious-looking shadow at the window before. And? It is your job to look for suspicious-looking things, you know. Ah, yes. I'm sure I noted down my observations here. Here we are. I was investigating the grounds of the house by myself late one night. Something made me look up for some reason, and I saw a shady-looking shadow. I don't think you could find any other kind of shadow. Unless it's got, like, Peter Pan shadow or something. Still pretty shady. Yeah, here we are. All shadows are shady. Surely someone was just standing at the window. It was much bigger than a person, though, and then it just disappeared. Poof! Well, that certainly sounds like a supernatural phenomenon. No, it doesn't. After asking some local residents, I discovered it's been seen before. People around here call it the Wraith at the Window. The locals are really into alliteration, aren't they? I'm afraid that's all I know. The Wraith at the Window. Presumably that counts as another of the 6? Yes, I think so too. Well, one more off the list. To the other street. Ghosts in the gardens, wraiths at the window. I doubt we'll find many people on the streets at this time of night. No gossip lady's still around. Oh, dearie me, there you are. I've been so worried about you. I presume you know all about the strange occurrences. Oh, yes, I do. I make it my business to. Of course, I didn't want to say anything before because I didn't want to scare you. But people say that house is haunted, and it's been cursed these past years. That makes it sound like it's a relatively recent thing. Well, all the rumors started after old Mr. White passed away, you see. I heard it from a friend, first of all, and she heard it from one of her friends. A friend of a friend? Hardly the most convincing of sources. Well, she was invited by Miss White, apparently, very late at night. She was shown into the living room, and was just waiting for Miss White when a puppet that was on display in there started moving on its own. No one was touching it or holding it or anything, it just moved. Haunted doll alert. And then, just when she thought it was over, the accursed thing's eyes shot open, and it started to cackle. Cackle, would you believe? Oh no, I do not like that. I'm sure you don't. Well, my friend's friend was obviously quite beside herself. She didn't even bother making her excuses, she just fled. Fled right out of the house. It's a chilling tale, isn't it? It's one of those so-called 6 White House horrors, you know. The possessed puppet, people call it. You've been very helpful, thank you. Oh, well, I don't like to gossip, but if it helps, do take care if you're visiting that place again, won't you? Possessed puppet. Well, 3 out of 6. They seem to be something of an urban legend around here. Let's keep going and see if we can find what the others are. Going around in the middle of the night, collecting ghost stories. Aren't many people about this hour. It's rather different from when we came to the area before during the day. There were lots of people around then, weren't there? That's when you were visiting Madame Dublay's residence, isn't it? That's not far from here, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. I wonder how Rex is getting along. Who's Rex? Oh, I'm sorry. That's Madame Dublay's pet iguana. Iguana? What a strange pet to have. Actually, Lisa said it was Madame Dublay who recommended me to her, didn't? Then Lou should go visit her. This is hardly the time for making social calls. Alright, then let's make it a business call. She might know one of the horror stories. I guess. Good, let's go visit. Right now, in the middle of the night. Look, the house happens to be right over here. Oh, what an impressive villa. Shall we go in then? Let's ask some questions to the people on the street first. Good idea. Someone might be able to tell us something useful. Maid? Oh, hello. Oh, good evening. Of course she is. Madam and Rex are both here. They'd be delighted to see you, I'm sure. Okay, first, but hey, do you happen to know any of the 6 white house horrors? Oh, yes, there's a story called The Morbid Mirror from the White's place. They say that in a cellar beneath the property, there's an old mirror, and when you look at it, you see an ugly, twisted face. Just to be clear, we're not talking about someone who has an ugly, twisted face looking in the mirror, are we? Oh no, miss, it's not your own reflection, you see, it's someone else's. Obviously, it's just a story. I don't know if there's any truth in it. Anyway, I'm sure Madam wouldn't like me to keep you. Of course, we'd like to ask Madam some questions too, thank you. The night is ripe for puzzle solving. If the puzzle's interesting enough, I'll hopefully solve it. Yes, I'm sure you would. You obviously have puzzles under your skin already. Ew. Don't keep your puzzles under your skin. That's not what your skin is for. A group of monsters has appeared. Defeat all of the monsters and level up all 3 of the heroes to level 5. They each need a different number of experience points to level up. Blue needs 5, yellow needs 10, red needs 15. Slide the heroes on top of the enemies to attack. It's also impossible to undo a move by touching the attacking enemy. Okay. Oh, am I supposed to get rid of all of them? Okay. Oh, all the heroes need to get to level 5. So you need 45 more experience. Oops. I may have done that. Okay, I misunderstood what it wanted. So now there's not enough. Yeah, cost doesn't increase. So you want... Okay. So... that means you need a total of 50 experience points. You need a total of 25. And you need... it's 15 times 5. 75. So I need 150 experience points amongst all of you. $55. 55, 60, 70. 82. 85. 95. There's not 150 points though. Did I do that math wrong? Oh, you're right. They start at level 1, so this is not correct math. It's correct, but it's the wrong things. Right, so this is 20, 40, 65? No, 60. So I need 120. Let's write these numbers down on top of you. Hey, Cyclops boy. Yep. So, if I want to get you 60, I give you these ones. No, because I bet there's only... Whoops, no, don't erase everything. That would be 40. This would be 20. Cool.
I've seen how to solve this now. Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Monsters have all been defeated and the heroes have leveled up. Now they're all level 5. The best level to be... No. Level 5's not the best level to be. It's just better than being level 1. Sil Poncho. Also, yes, Detective Pikachu. Well, was it as satisfying as it promised to be? Of course, I always enjoy a good puzzle. Yes, you do. I'll have more puzzles for you when the time is right. Well, let's, I guess, ask Doge. The Jigglypuff is your new hero. I really liked all of the Pokemon they showed. It was really cool. I especially liked being able to see the Bulbasaurs, like, all going as a group. Oh, isn't that Shell's pal over there? The yappy dog we met on the hunt for Rex. You're right. Looks like this is his territory, too. Well, maybe he'll know something. Go ask him. Alright, stop hounding me. Hey there. Didn't expect to see you around here. Oh, it's you. Still got your muzzle to the grindstone with that old sleuthing work. That's not bad. Anyway, you know anything about the White House? Oh, the really gloomy place. Yeah. Ever seen anything weird? Like a ghost? What have they got you investigating now? Feel for you. Ghosts, huh? Have you heard the tale of the sealed cellar? That's a new one. They say the old house has a cellar, and sometimes ghosts show up there. Is that kind of lowdown you were looking for? Yeah, thanks. Wait, that's it? There's a cellar. There's some ghosts in it. According to my sources on the street, apparently there's a tale about the cellar called the Sealed Cellar. Well, okay. A cellar with ghosts. Don't like the sound of that. Excuse me, what are you trying to keep from me? I can hear you all muttering, you know. Oh, we've learned about the sealed cellar. Where'd you hear that? Who told you? I can't tell you. Well, obviously, private detectives have sources we legitimate lawkeepers wouldn't consider using. I mean, you wouldn't get it. What are you talking about? Never mind. Let's try to find out about the rest of the White House horrors, shall we? I think we've got 5 of them now? Hey, look at all the cat paraphernalia has been replaced with iguana trinkets and ornaments. Madam wasn't exaggerating in her letter, was she? Where'd she even get this much iguana stuff? I suppose the lady of Madame Dublay's standing and wealth can lay her hands on whatever she likes. Yeah, the paintings are horrifying. Let's not allow this iguana utopia to distract us from our mission, to ask Madam about the White House horrors. This is related to the 7 Secrets of X thing you see in anime a lot. 7's just like a number that a lot of people like. Good evening, Madam. I'm sorry to drop on you unannounced. Oh, Katrielle, darling. So delighted to see you. So is Rexy Wexy, of course. Is that a delighted iguana? I'm a profiler and analyst of human behavior. Iguanas are not my thing. Oh, I believe we've met before. Yes, it was at the Savoy, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and thank you again for your cooperation in that case. Not at all. Now tell me what brings you here today. Actually, we're investigating the so-called 6 White House horrors. Oh, yes, of course. It was I who gave Lisa your details. And do you know anything about the strange happenings? One hears tales, yes. I remember one in particular. The Searching Soul. Souls now? Yes, the story tells of a most petrifying spirit that wanders the corridors of that stately old house. Night after night it stalks its prey, striking terror into the hearts of any visitors unfortunate enough to encounter it. Well, that is the tale. Poor Lisa. She was always a rather quiet young girl, but ever since her mother and father passed away, she seemed rather in the doldrums. I do hope you'll help her. I'm quite sure if anyone could solve the mystery, it's you, darling. Here's yours. Thank you for your confidence. Well, I think we now know all 6 of the White House stories. Yes, the ghosts in the garden, the wraith at the window, the possessed puppet, the sealed cellar, the morbid mirror, and the searching soul. Okay, well now let's return to the house and determine if there's any truth to these alliterative tales. Good evening again. Is one of you to understand that you are now apprised of the details? Yes, we found out all 6 of them. Now we'd like to investigate. We need access to the house to do that, of course. Will that be alright? Leave no stone unturned. Sincerest hope that you are able to explain these happenings. Hey, Angry Optimist. Let's tackle these tales one by one and see if we can explain what's been going on. You seem suddenly more upbeat. I think it's highly likely that these ghosts are nothing more than people playing tricks. I'm sure that once we investigate these supernatural phenomena, will turn out to be simple illusions. On the other hand, we might prove that they're real. No! Miss Layton, I think it's time we stop teasing her. Well, fine. Let's begin the first tale, have we? The ghosts in the garden? Wooster said he saw a number of ghosts in the grounds of the house, didn't he? I wonder where in the garden they would have been. I think at this point, I feel like everybody has seen the Detective Pikachu trailer at this point. If you haven't, you should just go watch it. Like, right now. Because it's great. According to my notes, Inspector Hastings hasn't got much of a stomach for these kinds of scary cases. Are we in the garden? Is that why the game's like, you should be where you are? Oh no, a ghost! Did you see that? That eerie light floating up in the sky? Yes, perhaps. I see you found evidence! Wah! It's not Waster, Amelia. It's Wooster. Oh, you appeared out of nowhere. Despicable of me to have startled you. It was exactly like this. The ghosts gathering by night. It's such a ghostly puzzle, let me tell you about it. Opposing poltergeists. A big group of ghosts have appeared. They will run away if they are hit by a flash of light that is the same color as them. The flash can only reach ghosts in the front row, but the ghosts behind come forward to fill in gaps. Okay. Each color flash has a limited number of uses. Eliminate all the ghosts using the number of flashes you have at your disposal. Alright. Well, I start with red. Red. Oh no! Red. And then I need to... Okay, got there.
This should do it, I think. Puzzles are made for solving.
Ghosts have disappeared, pieces restored. Most meritorious performance. Okay. What on earth did he show up for like that? I don't know. I don't know why he's here. What's on the floor over there? Ernest, pick it up, would you? Are you sure it's not dangerous or cursed? It's a balloon, I think. Ah, a deflated balloon. You think the ghost we saw before could have been... On a dark night, balloons bobbing around in the air could look rather ghostly. Are you suggesting the ghosts in the garden were nothing more than a bunch of balloons? I feel this mystery starting to unravel. Let's see what we can find out about this wraith at the window. There are so many windows visible from here. I wonder which one the ghostly figure appeared at. Oh, look, we got a ghost shoe. Alright, well, there's this window. This window. That's a hint coin. Oh, hey, we got an aeroplane. It's ours now. Ah, that window. Almost missed the logical progression of Danganronpa plots. Yeah. Did you see that? A ghost figure appeared. I wasn't paying attention. There's no need to sound quite so happy. Hell, it's not every day you see a ghost. We're very lucky. Rather win the lottery, personally. Good evening, another sighting. Booster, you startled me. The apparition just observed to none other than the aptly named Wraith at the window. The form and silhouette, at least, is quite removed from that of an ordinary mortal. Indeed, as in this puzzle. Solve the mystery of the ghosts. You will require 6 ghostly puzzles to do so. There's a silhouette of something behind the curtain. It's made up of 3 statues. But which ones? Look at the 5 statues. Select which 3 are the ones hiding behind the curtain. Statues cannot be taken apart and must be used in their entirety. None of them have anything extra on this side. So it's made up of 3 of them, which means one has to stand in front of the other, probably. Alright, well, the bottom one has to be one of the... Wait, how did you get... How do you get the 2 arms at the top? When there's only one with 1 arm on it. It's made up of 3 statues. The statues cannot be taken apart and must be used in their entirety. None of them have anything extra on their rear side, so the way you see them is the way that they are. It doesn't say, yeah, that they can't be rearranged. So I guess, one would have to be upside down. They cannot be taken apart, must be used in their entirety. Yeah, if you were to flip it, that would be doable. Okay, so we need 2 arms going up, which means I don't think it's A. If we're just talking about flipping them, but not turning them around. In which case we would want... We had D. Oh no, one of them has to be turned. And then we had C. We turn it around. Because then that would get that, and also the hair. Then I need... and A. I'd have to flip 2 of them and turn one upside down, but I think that would work. Well, that's not useful. I need to see the answers. I think... flip that. Just gonna hit submit.
Collate the data and the answer will drop out.
Okay,
Of
cool.
course, I knew I would be able to solve it.
Neat. Alright. Any puzzle can be solved with the application of logic. A stirring performance. Most exceptional. Now if you'll excuse me. Goodbye. Why does he keep appearing and then disappearing again like that? Isn't that a... Look at this! You wouldn't expect something like this to be in the bushes, would you? A projector? Yes, any image projected from here would look enormous on the wall. So the wraith of the window is just a piece of cinematic trickery? Alright, so somebody's setting this up. It's probably the butler who did it. First the so-called ghost in the garden, now the wraith of the window. Which means the remaining 4 tales of supernatural phenomena may well turn out to be fake too. Which one comes next? The possessed puppet, wasn't it? Living room. Maybe we're dealing with ghosts of projectionists. I suppose. This is where the possessed puppet is supposed to have been. Yes, the one that moved on its own accord and cackled loudly. And it's in here somewhere? Yeah, I actually feel someone's eyes boring into me. Good evening again. I trust your investigations are progressing favorably. Arf! Gosh, I say you did rather startle me. You have a habit of appearing when we least expect it. Not really. Indeed, I endeavor to be present at all times. It is a butler's duty. It strikes me that butlers are not unlike ghosts, appearing out of nowhere and disappearing again into thin air. Careful, miss, he might hear you. I think the butler did it, and the butler's secretly a ghost. I wish you luck with your investigations. He's not gonna be a ghost, but... Alright then. Possessed puppet time. Is it one of those? There's like some weird doll thing going on in the background there. That's just real creepy. Right behind that couch. It moved! Even though we didn't lay a thing on it. Oh, it's alive! Oh, isn't it sweet? What a lovely face. Have a care, sir. Alright, I was expecting it this time. I remember Miss White as a young child doting on that very puppet, when it was still ordinary. She would play with it rather like these finger puppets. Have this puzzle. I'm Puzzle Butler. Puppet performance. This is a puppet show with finger puppets on 2 hands. You need to move the finger puppets so that there is a blue one on each thumb, a red one on each little finger. A finger puppet can only move to an empty hand on the other hand. And you're not allowed to have the same color puppets next to each other on one hand. Touch the finger puppet you want to move and then touch the finger you want to move them to. Okay. So, I need a blue one. Oh, it's kind of marked. Alright. That's not what I wanted. Oh, it's because I can't have the same color of puppet next to each other. So it won't let me move that. Do. Oh, no, move that one back. Right. Not there.
So, in conclusion...
I have a feeling they're gonna have
Still no patch on Miss Layton, of course.
a number of puzzles that are like that. That's fine. I see. Lady Layton is blessed not only with exceptional puzzle-solving abilities, but also an exceptional puzzle-solving assistant. And blessed is one way to say it. Do my utmost to be a worthy member of the Layton Detective Agency. In fact, miss, I think I may have discovered something important. Oh, what is it? There's some sort of device inside this puppet. Oh, yes. I was thinking to myself that the puppet's movements looked rather mechanical. That would explain how the puppet was able to move without me touching it. So this is a wind-up doll? I really don't see what all the fuss is about. Why are people so scared of such obvious childish pranks? Says the woman who was cowering behind a chair until a few moments ago. What's the matter with your dog, Katrielle? Why does she always bark at me like that? Yes, well, there are only 3 of those stories we've been through. Sealed cellar, miss. We'll have to find our way down there. A cellar, sir? I've been in service here at the White residence for a considerable number of years, but not once have I heard mention of a cellar, nor have I seen evidence of one. Didn't think old Terror Eyes would let us down there. Looks like we'll have to sniff out the entrance ourselves. I don't imagine it would be easy to find after all. It's called the Sealed Cellar. This is gonna be fun. Let's look. Where would you keep the wine? Is it true? Here? Is this fireplace not in use? Indeed. Miss White tells me she is most comfortable when there is something of a chill in the air. I see. An unused fireplace. Perfect place for hiding secrets. Ah, I just hadn't noticed it yet. Stop stealing my thunder. Oh, really? You were thinking the same thing? Naturally, being a residence of some considerable size, there are 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 rooms that remain unoccupied. 3 or 4? I don't even have a kennel. The late Mr. White once posed a most interesting conundrum about an unopened room, in fact. Puzzle Butler. This is a closed room that no one ever enters. However, 1 year has passed and it seems that something in the room has changed. What is it? Slide the circle over the thing that you think has changed. Closed room. No one enters. 1 year has passed. Something in the room has changed. Usually it'd be like a clock. Don't see like the hourglass. I mean, it's got water in it, so it would just change over time on its own.
I've seen how to solve this now.
Yep.
Any mystery or any puzzle solved.
Thing that's changed is the water jug. 1 year on, the water inside it has evaporated. Tom Yum. I'm assuming that's some kind of a soup. Most extraordinary performance. Every puzzle has a solution, Wooster, just as every mystery has an explanation. Look at the fireplace. A passageway's opened up, leading underground. Oh, most surprising. Well, that looks like our way into the sealed cellar. Let's go see what's down there. Would a lantern perhaps be of assistance? I carry it with me while I'm patrolling the grounds at night. Oh, thanks. Well then, let's go. Go down there. Of course, we can't investigate the cellar from here. I mean, if you're scared, you can just wait here. Let me through. There could be clues down there that a wannabe detective like you would miss. Well, we wouldn't want that. Stop pushing me. Test of courage. You know your house is big when you actually have 3 places appearing on the map that are inside. Banana ghosts. This must be the hidden cellar. It's dark and damp and awfully cramped down here. It's like we're exploring an ancient ruin. When you put it like that, it does seem rather fun. Puppy love, what's it doing to you? Still, this is no time for games, is it? Yeah, how dare we play games and solve puzzles while we have mysteries afoot. Alright. There, the mirror, the reflection, it's hideous. Alright then, we found it. Won't be long. Yes, you're right, any moment now. One is advised not to approach the mirror, madam. Right on cue. I presume this is the morbid mirror? Indeed, the discovery of it here in the cellar is unexpected. Nevertheless, this is certainly the mirror in question, reflecting as it does a singularly unpleasant visage. Even as we speak. That is your own face, Wooster. Indeed. It is said that the Looking Glass harbors magical powers. One is reminded of a deeply reflective puzzle. Get your light to shine on the treasure at the bottom of the lake. Beneath the water lie mysterious crystals that reflect light, just like mirrors. If you touch one of these crystals, it more than doubles in size. You can change the direction of your light. They say something okay, so they want me to light up the whole area, is that it? Your light to shine on the treasure at the bottom. Oh, no, maybe I just need to get it to shine onto... Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I have to make that bigger. But not that one. Got there.
I'll have the answer shortly. Of course, I knew I would be able to solve it.
This mysterious fate floating up to the surface looks like it's searching for a new owner. There's more than one way to get the light to reach the treasure. You can do it by making 4 crystals bigger, or 8. Playing around with it, you can see how many ways you can find. Or we won't, because we solved it, and now we're moving on. Executed most keenly, madam. If I may venture to remark, logic is a powerful tool indeed. It couldn't have been simpler. Now if you'll be kind enough to excuse me, I have a prior matter to attend to. Butlering is a busy profession, I see. I mean, when you're a puzzle butler, yes. Never mind that, look at this, there's a void behind the mirror. A severed head! Save your vocal cords, Amelia. It's just a mannequin's head. Yes, the head is positioned so that it appears to be an image in the center of the mirror. In fact, this isn't a mirror at all. It's made of some special reflective glass. You can actually see through it. There's even a lamp behind the mannequin's head to illuminate it, which gives the illusion of a severed head reflected in a mirror. Oh, the mystery of the morbid mirror is solved. The only ones left leaves only one more. Yes, it seems that rather working separately, joining forces has really paid off. If you think so, I don't. Oh? What I need for successful investigation is information, not collaboration. The only person I can rely on myself, other than people, are a distraction. Oh, but Emiliana, it's Collaborate Team. Thanks for the pep talk, Emiliana. Talk about thinking you're top dog. Anyway, clearly Morbid Mirror is just another trick. Somebody around here is setting up these so-called supernatural phenomena. Is everything alright, Miss Layton? I just had a strong sense that somebody is watching us. The last of the 6 horrors. You mean the searching soul? I couldn't say, but I think it would be a good idea to return to the living room. Oh, I mean, that's appropriate that we get the head of the ghost at this point. This banana ghost. That's strange. No Wooster. But he was just in here, wasn't he? Look! It's a ghost! Ooh. Where'd it go? It just vanished. No, it went down the corridor. Over there! Oh, listen, I can hear footsteps. It's someone climbing the stairs. Or something. Come along, everyone. After it. This is very Scooby-Doo now. you alright, Lisa? Goodness me, whatever's the matter? You all look as white as sheets. Where's the ghost? We were hot on its heels. It doesn't appear to be in here, though. It must have vanished. You didn't see anything then? Oh dear, you haven't been plagued by a terrifying ghost, have you? Well, we saw ghostly white figures, certainly. Oh my goodness, the house really is cursed. You didn't see anything yourself? No, nothing. I've been here in this room, though. Well, this was where the ghost was heading. The other rooms it could have disappeared into. Are you trying to suggest, Katrielle, that it passed through a solid wall? Well, ghosts are ephemeral things. It could have simply disappeared. Just like they appeared out of nowhere. Do you have any idea why ghosts might be appearing in your home? No, no idea whatsoever. Although I feel like I do understand how a ghost must feel sometimes. Whatever do you mean by that? All alone in the dark? The poor ghosts must be very lonely, I imagine. I think they wander around looking for company, really. Just like in this puzzle I happen to have. Been waiting for this conversation for so long because this puzzle was appropriate. You imagine you have like this great puzzle you want to share, but because of the world you're in, you can only share it if you're talking about the right topic, and you're just like, please just talk about this one thing so I can bring out this puzzle and be like, I too am smart. The black ghosts travel along the white paths, and the white ghosts travel along the black paths. They've been split up from their friends in the black and white maze. Use the 5 panels to connect the maze paths so the white ghosts are reunited with each other, and the black ghosts are reunited with each other too. Slide the panels to move them and complete the maze in the right hand frame. Panels that are already placed cannot be moved. Oh, good. Alright, well... I can't rotate these. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks good too. Sure.
This should do it, I think.
Cool.
And that's how it's done.
I didn't even look to see if they could meet up that way. It was just like, these pieces fit this way. I guess it's done now. All have joined up in pairs of ghosts. Frightfully good for you, of you. Yeah, some puzzles are just like, you really just need to like start moving some stuff around. Others are like, you better get a notebook. People are so scared of ghosts, aren't they? But even ghosts have friends. Unlike me, all alone in this ridiculously large house. Lisa. I suppose the ghost we just saw was the so-called searching soul. Yes, and I didn't see any signs of trickery this time, unlike the other 5 apparently supernatural phenomena. So perhaps, golly, it was a real ghost. Of course it wasn't. It must have been a trick of some kind. A searching soul roaming around looking for company. I've uncovered the truth. This mystery is history. Interesting. I've just completed my own profiling assessment and reached a conclusion too. Well then, it looks like it's time to reveal the truth about the White House horrors and the ghosts that roam its corridors. I assume it's the butler. It seems we both arrived at the truth at the same time. How disappointing. Let's go and tell Lisa, shall we? We We've managed to ascertain the truth about all the strange happenings. You have? Goodness, that's a surprise. Nobody else managed to. I was expecting you to be a little happier at the news. Oh no, I am happy. Please do tell me everything you've learned. Turns out the ghosts here weren't haunting the house after all. What they've been haunting is your heart.
I've deduced the identity of your ghost. It's Miss Seeker. First name, Attention.
Who?
No, that's not right. Let me rephrase. Not Miss Attention Seeker, but Queen Attention Seeker the 13th. Liza, you used your wonderful craft skills to make ghosts yourself, didn't
Thought that
you?
was going to be too obvious.
You deliberately engineered all this fuss, setting the people who came to investigate an impossible puzzle to solve. Liza, you've been lonely, haven't you?
I'm so sorry. I just needed company. I needed someone to talk to. Anyone. I just couldn't bear it any longer.
Well, you can always call on me, Liza. I'll be happy to chat with you anytime you like.
Oh, Katrielle. You're too kind.
And don't worry, I'll give you my very best consultation rate.
You going to charge her?
Oh, it's too bad. I wanted more
You
animation.
realise Liza hasn't been over for a chinwag, even once.
I wanted more animation of Katrielle like picking up dolls and being like, I have figured it out. Let me come up with a name that is also hilariously punny. What? No one laughed at that one? Let me come up with another one. Ah.
You think she's dressing up as ghosts again?
I hope so. I think it's a great hobby.
No pause for alarm, show. Liza has plenty of new friends now. Ghost hunters have flocked to the house. She's even set up a club for people interested in that sort of thing. It's called the Supernaturalists.
It is.
Perhaps they'd be interested in a supernatural talking dog, huh?
Hey, I'd wear clothes if I could.
Hey, there's nothing stopping you, Cheryl. All kinds of dogs wear clothes. There are all kinds of clothes made for dogs. We just met Crafty Lady, who makes ghost costumes. She could hook you up.
Anyway, I'm pleased for Liza. At least she doesn't have to be a lone wolf anymore.
Yes, although she may be overcompensating. They seem to have ghost parties at the house every single day now.
Hey, I mean, if that's her thing, don't judge.
She sent this photograph. Look,
I say.
Shocking.
We have ghost parties. Everyone shows up and we dress as ghosts. It's great. She was a ghost of her true potential for so long. Just waiting in that big lonely house for someone to notice her, to be her friend. Now she has dozens of friends and she can finally start enjoying her life. I mean, if you look at it from a certain perspective, they're essentially all just dressing in kigurumis and hanging out. Alright, let's go read. What I wanna see if anything cute happens from these ghost exercises. Ooh. I am the ghost of the White House. Run, run for your lives, powerless mortals. Ow. If you don't run, I will reveal the horror of my true form. Run before terror grips you. Gwarg. Ha, waha. Even the scream does not dare to emerge from your mouth. I will spare you today, but I will be back. How did I do, Wooster? Did I scare you today? Regrettably, not, madam. The performance had one or two holes, if you will forgive the impertinence. Your Gawark had a distinctly beastly quality to it, rather than a ghostly one. It was something of a mixed metaphor, shall we say. Oh dear, I don't seem to have done very well. Scaring people is really very tricky. Indeed. However, if I may offer some small insights, there is perhaps one fundamental rule to observe. Yes? Conviction, madam. One must not merely wish to scare people, one must wish to terrify them to their very cores. But how, Wooster? Your curiosity will be your end. You will never leave this house. Instead, you will remain here for all eternity in an endless cycle of torment and despair. Whoa, Butler, you secretly Monokuma on me now? A ghost must convince its victims that all hope is lost, madam. I see. I thought you were actually saying that to me for a moment. And the dread must show in the eyes, madam. The voice must come from the very depths of the abyss. Or robot teddy bear. Mwag. Forgive the maladroit performance, madam, but perhaps some useful pointers have been demonstrated. You're too scary, Wooster. Indeed, I was endeavoring to give you an understated delivery, so as not to offend. I'm afraid that understated for you, Wooster, is still extremely terrifying. I confess it was brought to my attention that my visage has a certain unworldly quality, ma'am. It is unfortunate, since I am, as you are aware, a most jovial and cheerful person, ma'am. Oh, well, to be honest, it's something of a surprise, actually. Well, anyway, I think my friends will be arriving soon, so perhaps we'd better end today's practice. Very good. Might I inquire whose company you will be the pleasure of sharing today? Oh, it's just another supernaturalist gathering, that's all. But we're going to try to summon aliens today. Then we'll be having a party as usual, so if you can make the necessary preparations, of course. I shall brace myself for the fright I will no doubt encounter in the morning when I awaken to tidy up. Alright then. That was cute. And it's almost noon, so I think we'll leave that here for today. Was a Haruhi Suzumiya but nicer? Sure. Alright, so yeah, that's gonna do it for stream today. If you haven't yet, you should absolutely go watch that Detective Pikachu trailer. Oh, Adam's still streaming. Cool. I'm gonna go send you over to him then. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow's stream is at 8 PM Pacific time. We'll be back to Paper Mario, where we're collecting stars and doing all that stuff. So thank you for hanging out. I will see you all later. You take care. I'm gonna take us to the going offline screen and we'll go raid Adam and say hi to him. Take care.